you suck at cooking, yeah, you totally suck.
A lot of people wonder why they're called jalapeno poppers, and the reason why is because if you take a jalapeno and flip it inside out, it'll magic. You can of course avoid that by just depopping them in advance. That one's not going to go anywhere. So we're going to start by having these and removing the egg nests. I find it's handy to scrape them out with a spoon. This is where a lot of the heat is stored. If you want to leave a little spicy surprise, you can just sprinkle a few of those eggs back in there. Ooh, those seeds are spicy. I better get drunk to counteract that. Now, after handling jalapenos, you want to wash your hands before you touch your eyes, nose, armpits, buttocks, genitalia, orifices, skin, liver, lungs, heart, brain, objects, or horses. Joke's on me, I only washed one hand. Now we're gonna take some cream cheese, not block cheese, not string cheese, not cylinder cheese, not cheese that slaps, not parallel line cheese, not pentagonal prism cheese, not cheese dice, cream cheese, okay? We'll take half a block. That was supposed to be a cool chop. I'm gonna soften this with microwaves. You can use any kind of waves you want. Oh, whoops. Maybe like 20 seconds. Whoa, it's popping. I didn't know that could pop. Okay, so we're gonna take this softened cream cheese and add a half teaspoon of garlic powder, but since I forgot to get more garlic powder, I'm just putting in a teaspoon and a half of cumin. I'm throwing in, I have no idea how much pepper. I'm squirting in some sriracha because I totally neutered the heat. Pinch of salt. Now we'll just mix this all up. Wang jangle this all up. Oh, that's way too much cumin. Trick statement, there's no such thing as way too much cumin. Guys, I'm addicted to cumin, and you should be too. This is one of my top 10 Philadelphian foods easily. And we'll start filling these up. How full? Not full. Just under the brim is good. Now that most of the egg nests are out of the jalapenos, you can touch all of the orifices and horses that you want. Let's do one where we just really fill it up. See what happens with that one. I'm an adult. Sue me. So the undo has been preheated to 400. Now onto our parchment papered pan go the peppers in preparation of the procedure in which they will be pummeled by whatever word for heat that starts with the letter P. Now we're going to wrap these with strips of bacon, also known as edible tape, which is a good idea if you A, like bacon, B, enjoy the taste of bacon, C, consume bacon, D, are not bacon averse, or E, like bacon. I think we're going to have to cut these. You'll have to just make a judgment call here, but I do recommend tucking under and then coming back around and tucking under again. Here's an idea. Let's cut it first. And we're not going to use toothpicks because if you make just 9 million of these, that's an entire tree. Oh, and while you got the scissors, feel free to snip off the rat tails. Some people like to use them as handles, but some people, I don't know. Into the undo we gundo, and we'll put those in for around 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Ooh, whoopsie-doo. Look at that. Ooh, looking good. Look at that color. And you can see why I should have made these on a wire rack. I'll take a plate, I'll take a paper towel, which I'll rip off with my mouth. I'm gonna slide this on over to the edge. I'll take a bite of pizza. Lift these over, gently cradling them with our 4-pronged spoon, laying them down. Oh look, do we have any problem not having used toothpicks? No, we don't. This is the one where I filled it to the brim. You see how it's spilling out a bit? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did accidentally melt a bag onto this burner in the process, but you know, that happens sometimes when you're just neglectful in drinking. Now for showmanship purposes, we'll just move these on over. They're gonna be a bit hot due to the heat. That was around 23 minutes total, and they're looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this cumin doesn't make them look as good as using garlic powder. It almost looks like dirty cheese or something. But is it worth it for the flavor? I don't know. Let's check. I stand by it. It tastes great.